Hello lovely Taurians, this is your, my name's Gordon and here is the astrological forecast update for the week from Monday the 16th through to the 22nd of March. And if you are new to the channel, then please, if you wish to, subscribe to the channel, because that gets you the video on a regular basis as opposed to having to search for it on the internet, as we publish these on a weekly basis. And do remember, this is part of a playlist, so you know, for sun sign Taurus and rising sign Taurus, this is really applicable for you guys. Okay, introduction's over. Let's get into the nitty-gritty. Right, okay, well, as we said at the top of the playlist, quite a lot happening this week with regard to eclipses and regard to spring equinox, and also, of course, the sun changing into the sign of Aries. Now, with you, Taurus, this is almost the calm before the storm, is what I want to say. And I mean that in the nicest possible way, because as all this is, all this activity is happening, it's happening really around your 12th house. Now, the 12th house is all to do really with thoughts, the subconscious. And so it's more of a thinking process as opposed to an action process, really, with you guys at the moment. So waiting for decisions, working things through, working out your strategy really is what this week is all about. The really main mover for you is Venus. Now, Venus is your ruling planet, and this comes into your first house at the end of this week, which means that it starts to create, you know, a bit of illumination around you. This can be a time of upliftment. This can be a time when you start to concentrate on yourself, very, very simply. So you just start to, you know, go out and you start to, just indulge, really, because Venus is certainly that kind of planet. And when it comes into your first house, that's exactly what it wants to do. Now, also this week, we have another one of your planets that affects you, which is, of course, Mercury. And Mercury makes this lovely collision with Neptune, which is in the 12th house. Now, again, the 12th, in the 11th house. And the 11th house, of course, is to do with, again, it can be to do with the, a bit to do with the conscience, but it's also to do with friends, and it's to do with getting out there, and it's to do with network, and it's to do with socializing. So when lovely Neptune comes in contact with, Mercury, this can also set off a trigger or stream of events where relationships start to blossom. You can find necessarily that you perhaps find yourself traveling to go on a date, perhaps someone again from the past or someone that you've been thinking about gets in contact. It also goes quite deep as well, because you've also got this activation with your last planet that affects you, which is Saturn. Now, Saturn is currently going stationary and starting to go backwards, and this is in your 8th house. So it's the house of taboo. It's the house of, life, birth, death, sex, the universe, everything. So this is a particularly good week for you, lovely Taurians, for anything to do with emotions, relationships, forming new relationships, taking relationships perhaps to a new level, exploring around relationships, and really, getting involved. If you're involved in any form of artistic work, esoteric work, you may be looking to go deeper, certainly, if you're an artist or something looking to expand in that area. Fantastic week for you, Taurus. Anything connected with the media, newspapers, television, that is really in your bag this week. Lovely, lovely Taurus. Thank you so much for listening. And as I said, there's a lot going on this week. If you go to the top of the playlist, because this is on one of 13 videos I produce every week, you go to the top of the playlist and that gives you an overall feel for the week. Thank you very much for getting involved, as I said. And if you're not, if you're new to the channel, then please press the subscribe button. That gets the video to you on a regular basis. Other than that, I look forward to speaking with you next week.